All right, let's get right into it. Because this is one of the toughest things you can go through as a parent, right? You've got this wonderful, bright kid who somewhere along the line just gave up. They stopped trying, stopped caring about school. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain and figure out why this is really happening.
First things first, we have to get this idea out of our heads completely. It's the easy answer, the one everyone jumps to, but trust me, it's almost never the real one.
And here's the other one we have to toss out. You know your child isn't stupid. You've seen them get excited about something, a video game, a hobby, and learn it at lightning speed. So no, this is not an intelligence problem. And there it is. That's the key to the whole puzzle. It has nothing to do with laziness or ability. It's about a fundamental piece that has gone missing. The why. They've lost their reason.
You know, this whole giving up thing, it's not a switch that gets flipped overnight. It's more like a slow fade, a gradual process where your child disconnects, little by little, often right in front of us.
This is the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's the one that probably keeps you up at night. You've had the conversations, you've tried all the different strategies, but it feels like you're talking to a brick wall. You just want to know why.
We all do it. We immediately blame the usual suspects. Oh, he's just lazy. Or it's that phone. Or it's all the video games. Maybe we even convince ourselves they just have a bad memory. But these are just the symptoms, not the actual disease. The real cause is so much deeper.
And, this points to a big part of the problem, our own strategy. We've all said this, right? Just study now, you're going to need this later. But for a kid, later might as well be a different galaxy. It's too vague, too far away, and their gut tells them it's an empty promise.
So what do we do when we see them checking out? We turn up the pressure. We start trying to persuade and reason with them at home. Then their teachers start leaning on them at school. Then we hire tutors who just pile on more work. And for the child, it just feels like they're drowning.
In this decline, it's almost predictable. You can practically set your watch to it. The first year, they just sort of quietly check out. They're physically there, but mentally, they're gone. By year 2, that quiet protest becomes loud. You start hearing, "I don't want to do this." And by year 3, they're just on autopilot, going through the motions, no fight left in them, just compliance.
Okay, so if it's not laziness and it's not video games, then what is it? If all those common explanations miss the mark, what's the real diagnosis here?
This is the big idea, the one that changes everything. We think we need to pump them full of motivation, like they're a car that's run out of gas. But they don't need more motivation. In fact, all that pushing is probably making things worse.
What they need is meaning. See, motivation is the push you get from the outside, but meaning? That's the pull you feel from the inside. It's that gut-level understanding of why you're doing something in the first place.
So, let's put these two ideas head to head. You've got the old, broken approach based on motivation, and then you have this totally new way of thinking, which is all built around meaning.
Just look at the difference here. The old way is all about pressure, persuasion, more tasks, more tutors, all held together by that flimsy promise of, "You'll need this later." But the new way? It's about giving context, explaining why a task is important, and tying it all to a purpose that makes sense today. It's a total game changer.
And we have to get this, because the stakes are incredibly high. When a child is forced to go through the motions of school every single day without a why, the system doesn't educate them, it consumes them. It becomes this daily, soul-crushing exercise in pointlessness.
Okay, so this all sounds good, but what does it actually look like in practice? How do we stop pushing for motivation and start, actually providing some meaning? It really comes down to these 3 building blocks. First, context. Don't just give them a math formula, show them how it helps build a bridge or design a video game. Second, justification. Explain why this essay is important, not just that it's due on Friday. And finally, a clear purpose. Connect their schoolwork to something they actually care about, right here, right now.
And it's so important to remember this. This isn't about finding a clever new trick to force-feed them information. The goal is so much bigger. We're trying to help them reboot their entire operating system, to shift from just doing what they're told to actually wanting to learn for themselves.
So I'm going to leave you with a challenge. The next time you talk to your child about school, instead of asking if their homework is done, try something different. Think about one thing they're studying and find one why, one piece of context, one reason that you can share with them to make it all click.